everyone, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So today I'm bringing you a Drizzle Me Skinny recipe, and I had this one last week and it was absolutely fabulous. I think that I had showed it in one of my What I Ate Todays, and I've had several requests to go ahead and get this one filmed for you. So I'm gonna jump right in. Don't forget, leave me some thumbs up, leave me some comments below, subscribe to my channel, and if you don't want to miss any of my upcoming videos, hit that little notification bell. Alright, so with all that stuff out of the way, let's jump right in. So I went ahead and pre-measured a lot of the ingredients so that you would be able to see what I was using. So for today's recipe, it does have a few ingredients, but a lot of these ingredients you should already have in your house, so I think it's going to be pretty easy. So I have 2 eggs. I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, which you'll see that here. Hopefully you can see me moving stuff around. Yes, you can. We're going to need 1/3 cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt, 1/3 cup of unsweetened applesauce. I'm just using the Kroger brand here. And the yogurt, forgot what I was talking about. The yogurt that I am using was just the non-fat, plain, fat-free Greek yogurt. I had the Faye brand. So you could see that I just threw my yogurt and my applesauce here together. 1 1/4 cups of almond milk. I have this vanilla almond milk, so that's the one that I'm going to be using today. Did I say I was going to leave the recipe below? Because I'll leave the recipe below so you can get to the ingredients list. It called for 1 tablespoon of honey, but I am not going to. I tried to skinny this down a little bit, so instead of using honey, the last time I used this, I just used the sugar-free Mrs. Butterworth's pancake syrup, and it turned out great. So I'm going to be swapping that out. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm just using just plain vanilla extract. 2 cups of oats. I have old-fashioned oats. It says that quick oats will also work for this recipe, but I have the old-fashioned on hand, so I'm going to use that. And then the spices that we're going to be using is we need baking powder, cinnamon, and nutmeg. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. And then for the fruits, you can change out these fruits as much as you want. So what I do is I am using today frozen cranberries and frozen peaches. Last time I used cranberries and apples. I have a friend that uses strawberries and bananas. So whatever fruit that you have in the house, throw it in. And especially with fruit being 0 on all 3 plans, the more fruit's not going to hurt. All right, so at the end of this recipe, if you're reading the one online, it's going to also call for, about 2 cups of fruit is what it called for. I should say that. So it's calling for some extra things at the end. It's calling for white sugar, flour, and light butter. That is if you're going to put a crumble topping on this. Now, I have made this before. That crumble topping, I can never get it right, and honestly, save yourself the points, don't even put it on. So that's what I'm going to do here. So let's go ahead and start whipping this together really quick and then get it in the oven. You're going to put this into a 375 degree oven, and you're going to bake it for about 42 to 45 minutes. So that's where I saved the bag for the peaches just in case you wanted to see them, but there's our peaches. All right, so let's go ahead and start whipping this together. It says in a bowl we should whisk the eggs, the brown sugar, and then stir in the yogurt, the applesauce, the milk, honey, and vanilla. So let me grab an extra bowl. I had a bowl out here and I was like, why do I have this bowl out here? Oh yeah, I need to do some mixing. So let's get those wet ingredients going. I'm gonna set our oatmeal out of the way. So, eggs. I had sweet and low out here. I guess I didn't need it. I was thinking I was going to need that, but nope, I do not need that. If you want it to be a little sweeter, you could add a little extra sweetener in that. So 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. That one's a little top heavy there. We don't want that much. All right. And my brown sugar keeper, I think I've talked about this before. I got this off Amazon. The link to my Amazon shop is down below. Loving this thing. It's keeping my brown sugar nice. I mean, if you're like me, I don't use a lot of brown sugar, so it's nice to be able to have that. I grabbed sugar out too, but apparently I don't need the sugar because I'm not doing the crumble. I just tried to quickly grab the ingredients, so let me move that out of the way so we don't confuse ourselves. I try to move things out of the way as I'm starting to pull it together, because if I move it off the counter, then I know I've already added it, and then I can figure out, because you guys know me, I sometimes forget, and I see an ingredient and I forget to put it in, and it's never fun. All right, so that's our eggs, our brown sugar. We're gonna do applesauce, yogurt, milk, honey, and vanilla. I think I might need a whisk for this. And of course, it's on the other side of the room. Might just make this come together a little quicker. All right, so let's go ahead and put this in. Yeah, I think that's gonna work out a little bit better. Set that off to the side. Get a little yogurt on your hand and in your ring. That's always a great thing. Hold please while I give my hands a little wash. Okay, we're gonna give you a different angle here. All right, so we have eggs, yogurt, brown sugar, eggs, yogurt, brown sugar, and applesauce. We're gonna need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I'm gonna add that in. I always add an extra just because it's a thing. The milk and the honey. We need about a tablespoon of this. I'm just gonna put a squirt in. About a tablespoon. That's not gonna cost you any points on any plan, with it being the sugar-free one. And then the milk. Let's go ahead and stir this before I add the milk in, just so that I don't make a huge mess and I can get that yogurt incorporated. And this does come together really quick. By the time your oven preheats, you've got everything together. Now it's gonna be a race for time. All right, pouring our milk in. All right, so I'm gonna set this off to the side here. We're gonna bring our other bowl up here and start mixing our dry ingredients. So we're gonna mix the oats, the baking powder, the cinnamon, and the nutmeg. Baking powder, cinnamon, 1 teaspoon each. And this is a new thing of nutmeg because I ran out the last time I made this recipe. Try not to make a huge mess. I'm just tossing things in my counter. If you wonder what I'm doing with everything on here, I'm just totally tossing everything in here. All right, so 1 teaspoon baking powder. Baking powder that I'm using is just regular store brand baking powder. Cinnamon. I have this kind here from Costco. So 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. A little extra for good measure. Now on the nutmeg, I always add exact and maybe a little shy because I'm okay with nutmeg, just not like a huge, not a huge strong nutmeg fan. All right, so I have that in there. All right, so we're going to add our wet ingredients in here. Look at this coming together super quick. Give that a quick little stir. And this is going to be a little bit more of a wet mixture. So I know the first time I made this, I was like, oh no, I did something wrong. But nope, it's going to be a little bit of a wet mixture. So you're okay. And it looks like, if you guys can see it good, maybe I'll bring you guys up just a little bit more. Hold on. All right, maybe that's a little bit better. So it does look a little wet, but it totally bakes in just fine. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in our 2 cups of fruit. And again, that fruit can be any mixture that you like. I just had that. I'm going to swap out spoons here. I had that I was looking in there and looking in the freezer for my cranberries. Try to get that out. And I saw the peaches and I thought, wow, that'll probably be pretty good. So that's what I chose today. All right, you can hear my dog coming in here. She hears me rattling bowls. So then she thinks I'm gonna give her a treat. So no treat for her today. All right, I'm gonna spray this with some cooking spray. The one that I have today is just this butter flavored cooking spray. And I have an 8x8, I think it's an 8x8 pan here that I'm using. And I'm just gonna dump that. I know my arm's gonna be in the way, sorry. Just get this in the pan real quick. All right. All right, so we've got that in here. We're gonna wait for our oven to finish preheating, and then we will pop this right into our oven. Now, if you're like me, I like things a little sweeter. This definitely is not super sweet. So if you like this, your thing's a little sweeter, you can add some extra sweetener. Make sure that if you're using anything with points, you adjust the points for that. But here's what I did. Hold on, I'm trying to grab all my stuff. I didn't plan on talking about this, but I think it's important to be able to show you how I changed this up. So what I did is, I liked cinnamon and sugar, but I don't really want to count the points for cinnamon and sugar. So I have this granulated, no-calorie stevia, okay? So I have that. I grabbed my cinnamon, and I grabbed my old container once it ran out of the cinnamon and sugar, and then I mixed up my own. So when I have my oatmeal bake, sometimes I sprinkle the cinnamon and sugar on top, gives it a sweet flavor. Gives you that extra cinnamon taste to it. Super good. So if you're, like I said, if you're like me and you like your things sweeter, here is a solution. And this tastes amazing on toast. So if you're missing your cinnamon toast, here, this might be a solution for you too. All right, so I'm gonna get this in the oven, and when it's done, I will come back and show you what it looks like. I'm not gonna taste it on camera because of the fact that, like I said, I've made this before. It's super good. So I just wanted to film it for you. Here's one last little look of the mixture itself. All right, so I'm gonna get this in the oven and then I will be back. Okay, here it is. Here is our final product. It is absolutely amazing. I'm telling you, make it. My house smells amazing. You will just be so happy. You can cut this into 6 pieces, and on blue that's going to be 3 points for 6 pieces, 2 points for 9 pieces. And depending on how hungry you are, sometimes I'll cut it into 9, and then I'll just have 2 pieces and then just bump it up to 3 or 4. I don't know. I just, you can do it right in your calculator. I put it into my recipe builder. I think 2 pieces is 4. So, but again, make this. You will not be sorry. And remember, if you're on purple, the oats will be 0 points. So you might even be able to get this down to like 1 point if you cut it into 9. And for you, those of you on green, please just check below on the actual recipe link. And she does have all the points listed in there. Or again, just throw it into your recipe builder and you should be just fine. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm sure you've seen enough of staring at the pan. So one last little look at that. All right, so with that said, you guys have a great day and we'll see you next video.